the video, we will be using different designs to represent the emotions of the character during that scene. Hi, I'm Yossarian and I'm the protagonist of Catch-22, stuck in a world where everyone is trying to kill me. I don't understand why we were fighting since I'm trying to be good, but nobody's good. I keep trying to not hurt anyone because I don't like seeing dead people. I can't stand it. Like, I won't go crazy or lose my mind or question my identity, but I would kill others because I want to live, even though I value human life unlike so many of the other soldiers.
Raskolnikov here. In Crime and Punishment, I think about many things relating to morals and actions. I had become so completely in myself and isolated from everyone else that I dreaded meeting not only my landlady, but anyone at all. Which should show how much of a recluse I am. That's because I think I'm somewhat extraordinary. There's exactly two types of people in this world, ordinary and extraordinary people. I believe that those who are ordinary must think through everything they do, but the extraordinary don't need to follow those moral codes. My name literally means schematic or division between people.
Although Yossarian would fake illnesses and do whatever he could to avoid fighting in the war and killing people, he is not as emotionally affected as Raskolnikov when he sees other people getting hurt or dying. Yossarian is surrounded by illogical ideas and rules, but is still able to stay sane and think reasonably throughout the entirety of the novel. This may be because Yossarian is just obeying orders from a superior and can subconsciously transfer the responsibility of killing to them. Another reason for this stark difference is that Yossarian does not know any of the people he killed by name.
Raskolnikov thinks throughout the entire time, especially when he's planning if the murder was worth it. Even if he's heard people say that society would be better off without that old lady, especially this one student who says, "No, I'll tell you what, I could kill that damned old woman and make off with her money, I assure you, without the faintest conscience prick." Raskolnikov cold-heartedly mauls Alyona to death with an axe. It's only much later that he questions his own identity and doubts if he's extraordinary or not. This is a stark contrast from Yossarian, who purposefully misses his bombing targets so he won't have to live with the guilt of killing people he doesn't even know.
Yossarian has a strong sense of self-preservation, which is what enables him to stay sane throughout the novel. His strong will to live is also what prevents him from breaking down whenever he witnesses death or something he feels uncomfortable with. He could not afford to lose his identity as Raskolnikov did, especially since it was the only thing that separated him from the other soldiers in the novel, unaware that they are risking their lives for a country that doesn't care for them. Yossarian is a positive influence on those around him, doing his best to better their lives and get them to understand that there is a war going on. Towards the end of the novel, he is faced with a choice to either be honorably discharged and lose a number of required missions, or to continue fighting. Clearly the simpler way out for him would be to take the discharge and go home, what he had been wanting the entire novel. So he chooses a third option and runs away, taking Neely's whore along with him. Hell, Danby, I know that. There's a young kid in Rome whose life I'd like to save if I can find her.
Throughout the novel, Raskolnikov communicates with multiple people. For example, when he breaks the news to Sonia that he murdered Lizaveta Ivanovna, she says, "I will follow you wherever you go, even to prison." She serves as the angel in Raskolnikov's life, mostly because she's the one who leads him to peace. By convincing him to confess to the police officer, Raskolnikov is able to go through spiritual and mental rehab. None of this would have been possible without Sonia believing in God and insisting that asking for forgiveness is the only way to become sane again. Just as Raskolnikov affected Sonia's life, she affected his as well in a positive manner.
The most significant difference between Yossarian and Raskolnikov is that Yossarian does not care for his family in this. He dismisses them, seeing them as a burden and writing letters to them as a chore. Yossarian wrote letters to everyone he knew saying he was in the hospital but never mentioning why. One day he had a better idea. To everyone he knew, he wrote that he was going on a very dangerous mission. They asked for volunteers. It's very dangerous, but someone has to do it. I'll write you the instant I get back. And he had not written anyone since.
Although Raskolnikov thinks of himself better than others, he worries a lot for his family. He receives a letter from his mother saying that Donia, his younger sister, will be getting married to Pulcheria. He vows to crash the wedding. Never such a marriage while I am alive, and Miss Lucian be damned. The thing is perfectly clear, he murmured to himself with a malignant smile, anticipating the triumph of his decision.
While Yossarian doesn't think of himself as better than others, he believes that he is more educated. The only thing going on was a war, and no one seemed to notice but Yossarian and Dunbar. This idea is present throughout the novel, where he periodically tries to convince others of the war, but nobody believes him. He is perceived as crazy, when it is in fact the other way around. Because he is the only one that knows of the war, it gives him a sense of superiority. But Yossarian knew he was right, because, as he explained to Clevenger, to the best of his knowledge he had never been wrong. Everywhere he looked was a nut, and it was all a sensible young gentleman like himself could do to maintain his perspective amidst so much madness.
It's very evident throughout the beginning of the novel that Raskolnikov thinks of himself better than the rest of society, almost the same as Napoleon. Raskolnikov justifies his murder by stating that he's extraordinary, therefore he doesn't need to follow the regular moral codes of the people around him who he considers ordinary people. Without a strong sense of right or wrong, Raskolnikov believes whatever he does is fine, which falsely puts him in a higher position in society.